A customer asks what you offer, and the answer becomes a long list of mowing, edging, cleanup, bed care, pruning, seasonal work, and optional extras. More choice can sound helpful, but unstructured choice often creates confusion. The customer may compare only the cheapest line, misunderstand what is included, or delay the decision because every option feels different. A clear package does not pressure the customer. It makes the real scope easier to understand and compare. Pause here and compare this step with one recent job. Check confusion, delay, price shopping. Write down the facts you can prove, the unknowns that remain, and the person responsible for the next decision. In this video, we will define a verified base service, arrange appropriate choices into 3 understandable levels, and use AI to draft a comparison without inventing prices or hiding exclusions. Then we will test the packages against a real property example and create a review checklist that keeps the owner in control. The practical test is whether a crew member or customer could understand this without extra explanation. If verified scope, visible differences, human-approved prices vague, improve the source record before asking AI to produce a cleaner version. Subscribe to AI Work Crew and turn on notifications for practical new AI content coming out daily to help local service businesses save time, work smarter, and grow. Begin with one common customer situation, not with clever package names. Record the customer goal, verified property facts, work your company actually performs, access limits, frequency choices, and anything that requires inspection. A package should solve a recognizable problem for a customer you are equipped to serve. It must not imply that every property needs the same work or that a photograph proves a diagnosis. Apply this to a small sample before changing the whole business. Review goal, property facts, service capability, constraints, compare the draft with the real outcome, and correct the workflow whenever the record and the field do not match. Write the baseline scope in plain language. State what the crew does, what the customer receives, what is excluded, and what conditions could require a revised scope. Include responsibilities such as access, pets, gates, water, parked vehicles, or approvals only when they truly apply. If measurements, disposal, treatment, irrigation, tree work, grading, or local requirements matter, mark them for qualified review before any commitment. Pause here and compare this step with one recent job. Check what is included, what is excluded, what must be inspected, customer responsibilities. Write down the facts you can prove, the unknowns that remain, and the person responsible for the next decision. Now build 3 levels around meaningful differences. The first can cover the essential approved outcome. The second can add convenience, frequency, or an adjacent service that genuinely fits. The third can combine broader care for customers who want it. Do not make the lower option intentionally inadequate, and do not stuff the highest option with irrelevant work. Each level should stand on its own and clearly show who it fits. The practical test is whether a crew member or customer could understand this without extra explanation. If essential outcome, added convenience, expanded care is vague, improve the source record before asking AI to produce a cleaner version. Use this prompt, using only the verified customer goal, property facts, approved service list, exclusions, and business rules below. Draft 3 service package structures. Give each a plain language purpose, inclusions, exclusions, assumptions, customer responsibilities, and facts that still require inspection. Do not create prices, discounts, guarantees, urgency, treatment advice, or claims about what the property needs. Make the differences easy to compare. The owner must verify the scope and approve all pricing and promises. Keep a visible review gate beside this step. Confirm use verified services, show differences, flag unknowns, record who approved the decision, and preserve the final version so later changes do not erase what the team originally knew. Imagine a customer wants the front beds to look orderly, but has not asked for a full property program. The essential option might cover an approved visit with defined bed cleanup tasks. The middle option might add a reviewed recurring frequency and a communication update. The expanded option might include other verified bed care tasks your company offers. It would not automatically add treatments, pruning, irrigation work, or plant health claims. Those require the right facts and expertise. Apply this to a small sample before changing the whole business. Review essential, convenience, expanded care, compare the draft with the real outcome, and correct the workflow whenever the record and the field do not match. A comparison should answer 4 questions quickly. How often does the service occur? Which areas are included? What visible deliverable is expected? And what decisions still require approval? Use the same order and language across all 3 columns. Avoid vague words such as premium, complete, or unlimited unless you define them. If 2 options are almost identical, simplify them instead of creating artificial separation. Pause here and compare this step with one recent job. Check frequency, area, deliverable, approval gate. Write down the facts you can prove, the unknowns that remain, and the person responsible for the next decision. Only after the scope is verified should the business calculate price using its own labor, material, travel, disposal, overhead, margin, route, and capacity information. AI can organize approved numbers, but it cannot know your true costs or choose a price responsibly. Review taxes, contract terms, cancellation rules, service frequency, local requirements, and any customer promise before sending the offer. The practical test is whether a crew member or customer could understand this without extra explanation. If labor, materials, travel, disposal, capacity is vague, improve the source record before asking AI to produce a cleaner version. Test the packages with a small number of suitable customers. Track which questions repeat, which option is chosen, where scope changes occur, and whether crews can deliver the promised standard. A strong package reduces confusion before the sale and surprises after it. If customers repeatedly misunderstand one item, rewrite that item. If the crew cannot consistently perform the package, fix the operation before promoting it harder. Keep a visible review gate beside this step. Confirm questions asked, option chosen, scope changes, delivery quality, record who approved the decision, and preserve the final version, so later changes do not erase what the team originally knew. The finished system is simple. 1 verified customer problem, a clear baseline, 3 meaningful choices, visible exclusions, and human-approved pricing. AI makes the information easier to organize. It does not decide what a property needs or what you should charge. Next, we will place the right offers in the right months by building a 12-month seasonal sales calendar based on verified local timing. Apply this to a small sample before changing the whole business. Review right customer, right scope, clear choice, compare the draft with the real outcome, and correct the workflow whenever the record and the field do not match.